Border is a top priority for Republican voters. According to our new News Nation Decision Desk HQ poll, more than half of those polled say border security is the most important issue. Correspondent Allie Bradley live for us at the border. And Allie, you recently had a confrontation with Mexican police.
Yeah, you're exactly right here, Nicole. Out here in Lukeville, people continue to stream across the border. CBP sources confirmed to me here that over 10,000 people crossed into the United States yesterday alone. And Mexico is really nowhere to be found outside of these people handing out food to some of these individuals. And here's the deal. When it comes to what is going on over in Mexico, Mexican officials have literally told me, we didn't invite them here, and they have no intention of staying here. So what do you want us to do? Well, some Mexican officials finally showed up at the wall here. I had a little conversation with them about why they weren't actually showing up when all of this was unfolding, because we watched human smugglers cut through the wall. And what agents tell me here is that it actually takes them about an hour to cut all the way through that wall because it's steel, it's concrete, and it's rebar. So it takes a lot of work for them to do that. And Mexican officials were nowhere to be found on the other side, on the south side there. So the officer that I confronted over on the other side, she wouldn't answer any of my questions. She literally started walking away. When I asked her to come back and had somebody translating and asking her to come back as well, she wouldn't do it. She would not answer me. Now, someone in the group was even standing over there with them, threatening to take my phone. So here's the deal. Mexico provides humanitarian visas to many of these migrants to work and live in their country, but they're only for about 45 days generally. Now, this visa is going to allow them to bypass checkpoints, and it acts pretty much as a fast pass to the back door of the United States. Now, the goal is to get to the U.S. for 100% of the migrants that I've talked to, and they're doing it with the help of the criminal cartels who receive little to no resistance from the Mexican government or Mexican law enforcement. This, as I watched human smugglers, look at this video. They sent a group of over 100 people through a hole that they cut in the wall. The smuggler even flipped me off, and he told me, siéntate, told me to sit down. Retired Yuma Sector Border Patrol Chief Chris Clem watches our interaction with Mexican law enforcement. Take a listen to his response here.
I understand their resources are finite and they're strapped and there's dangerous areas they got to deal with, but the same thing happens here. So the fact that they just walked away and are not trying to even help people drives me crazy.
Okay, so Nicole, all of this is coming just one day after FBI Director Christopher Wray said that there is a heightened risk down here for issues. We're at the highest risk of attack, he says, because of our porous border. This as fentanyl continues to pour across our border. And I want to show you this. So we actually came across an area that was about 75% cut through. They kind of stopped at the rebar. This is a spent angle grinder wheel. You can get these for a 10-pack for about 10 bucks. You can get a high quality one for $10 on its own. So this is what they're using. We showed you those power tools, those saws and the generator. This is the blade, the disc that they're using to do it.
You know, and Allie, I was going to ask you, it seems like a silly question, but why can't we just try to, stop the holes that are being cut in the border? But I guess you answered the question right there, because they'll just create a new one.
Exactly. They'll just cut a new hole. I mean, the ballers that they're removing and pulling off, that takes a couple days to replace. But when it's just a cut in the fence, it's pretty hard to spot, and Border Patrol has to go respond to it. We know there's no Border Patrol on the line right now to respond to it, Nicole.
All right, Allie Bradley, live for us there at the border in Arizona.